Don't, don't blink. It's your boy Yink. Welcome to the Computer Show. Hope you guys are doing well. Because I'm having a wonderful day on this 24th May 2025. We have a bunch of videos to do. This is our second, so you're still gonna see the nature corn. Now, as far as it goes to nature corn, I want to apologize because people have been telling me, dude, it's always the same. Yeah, I know there's clouds. If it was less dark, you would have the coloration of clouds. So I think you can see them right now. Can I kind of see that some of these clouds are more visible than others? I know it's kind of the same, but listen, I'm not in charge of. I'm not in charge of dictating what color is important, what color isn't important, right? Or what is a beautiful cloudy sky versus what isn't. We don't even get sunrise. We don't even get sunsets. So whatever I can have, I can give you. The cool thing though this morning was it was a bit, I don't know why, it was a bit, I wouldn't say sunny, but it was a bit clear, right? There was some sunlight going on. Okay, just close it. Perfect. Okay, so now, next one. Do, 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 do. Salut, c'est Ange Link. J'espère que tu vas avoir je pense que tu passes une belle soirée en ce 23 mai 2025. Aujourd'hui, on se fait, comme vous pouvez voir, c'est une petite déguistation. Vous voyez que c'est dégueulasse dehors, c'est dégueulasse, c'est nasty comme les anglophones diriont. C'est pas le fun, il fait pas beau, c'est froid. Et dans ce là qu'est-ce que tu fais? C'est que tu manges une bonne soupe. Une de mes soupes préférées, c'est la soupe habitante. La soupe habitante, j'aime bien un petit peu de salami, j'aime bien un petit peu de pepperoni. La semaine dernière, on s'est fait des tests de saucisses de France. Mais des vraiment de qualité. On parle de la maison de Savoie, on parle de la maison de Fayard. Vraiment, mais vraiment du bon stock. Comme tabarnouche, mon homme. J'essaie de connecter mon audio, comme ça je peux écouter la musique dans le background. Parce que ça me tente, puis quand ça me tente, ben, je fais ce que je veux. Comprends-tu? Puis oui, les saucisses étaient délicieuses, les saucisses étaient vraiment bons. Écoute, to the window, to the wall, tout ce que tu veux. Sauf que c'est des produits d'ailleurs. Maintenant, j'ai aucun problème de supporter les produits d'ailleurs, mais si je peux avoir un produit québécois qui fait la job, puis qui est. Il faut que j'ai. C'est ça. À chaque fois que je veux. Un petit peu de colocasse. Avec un petit peu des bienvenus libéraux. Ça vous tente-tu ça? Ça vous tenterait-tu ça? Moi, personnellement, ça me tente. Moi, personnellement, ça me tente. Fait que, ceci étant dit, on va faire un petit produit québécois. Maintenant, c'est pas québécois. En fait, c'est complexe. C'est, tu vois, c'est Maestro et compagnie. J'arrive pas à le voir parce qu'ils ont caché. Markham, Ontario. Fait que c'est canadien, c'est pas québécois, c'est canadien. C'est Markham, Ontario. C'est une recette qui est italienne, c'est que techniquement c'est un produit qui est plus italien que québécois, qui est plus canadien que québécois. Mais je sais pas, ça c'est un espèce de produit qui est assez complexe. Ça, la sauce habitant, c'est incroyable. Quand on parle de sauce habitant, on parle bien sûr de ma soupe au pois, ma soupe préférée qui goûte le bonheur, le paradis. Comprends-tu, mon chum? Pourquoi c'est spécial cette saucisse-là? Parce que c'est des saucisses que j'achète au Maxi. Vous connaissez la chaîne, vous savez que je magasine souvent au Maxi. Maxi, c'est probablement mon épicerie préférée. J'ai magasiné là-bas des années. Il y avait des produits avant. Okay? Il y avait des produits avant qui étaient des produits de qualité pour essayer des saucissons. Ils ont arrêté d'avoir. Il y avait un excellent saucisson de cheddar, un moins bon saucisson de fenouil. Parce que moi j'aime pas la fenouil. C'est ça. C'est que là ils l'ont plus. On a essayé ça. Puis celui-là je l'ai mangé dans ma vie, j'ai mangé 3-4 fois. J'ai un souvenir de pur bonheur. Mais j'ai pas un souvenir de que ça goûte. C'est que techniquement parlant, c'est un produit que j'ai déjà mangé. Techniquement parlant, c'est un produit qui est pas nouveau. Techniquement parlant, c'est un produit qui va être quand même assez le fun à essayer. Hum, c'est ça que j'aurais préféré des produits québécois. En passant, Charlotte à Pépé, monsieur, on en fume du bon, qui est probablement les meilleurs saucisses au Québec. Probablement. Mais on parle de prix exorbitants. Donc, merci, mais non merci. Et je vais vous montrer en dedans. Ça a l'air de quoi? Encore une fois, Maestro Salami de Gênes. Genoa. Alors là, papé, j'aime beaucoup en dedans. Tout ce qui est graisse, ça fait plaisir. Je vois qu'il y a de poivre noir. Poivre noir, c'est à éviter. Parce que c'est pas le poivre qui me dérange, c'est croquer dedans. Qui est vraiment pas le fun. Qui n'est vraiment pas le fun. Hum. 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 C'est incroyable. C'est incroyable. C'est vraiment c'est tellement différent de ce que j'avais en tête. Hum. Hum. Ok, c'est vraiment bon. C'est vraiment bon. Hum. Je vais prendre un saucisson. Hum. C'est l'allure. Ça se mange. C'est très important que ça se mange. Pourquoi? Parce que, essentiellement, on utilise des intestins de porc, on utilise des intestins d'agneau. C'est plus du intestin. Qui est quand même un produit de qualité. Si ça se mange, c'est du intestin. Ça mange pas, c'est un papier. En fait, c'est un papier alimentaire, mais qui est pas bon. Ah, c'est papier. Ça se mange pas vraiment. Sincèrement, non. Je mange pas, on mange pas ça. Non, merci. C'est un peu de chipette. Un boucher. Par plaisir. Incroyable. Mais vraiment, un produit de qualité. Ok. Je sais pas. Ça veut savoir qu'un produit est bon. Surtout. Un truc que pas full, par exemple. Et voilà. Un produit qui ne pas trop, mais quand t'es dans le chair, ça va faire que ta poussière s'est poussée. Comme un espèce de bourron. Voilà. Mais vraiment. Mais vraiment. Incroyable. Quelque chose de fou. On a un tournoi aujourd'hui, fait que c'est important qu'on porte attention aux 3 téléphones. 1, 2 et 3. Ok, maintenant la revue, ça fait longtemps qu'on n'a pas fait de revue là. Temps de la faire, de revue, mon homme là. Sincèrement, c'est délicieux. C'est salé, mais vraiment salé. L'histoire, c'est que j'ai travaillé dans une boulangerie qui est assez proche ici. C'est plus un café qu'une boulangerie, mais il y a beaucoup de pâtisseries. Le propriétaire est un Français, un pâtissier français. Un de mes gérants, c'est un professionnel à faire des macarons. Shout out mon Patrice, shout out, j'espère que tu vas bien. Puis, il y avait beaucoup de produits français. Puis, qu'est-ce qu'il lui faisait, c'est que quand les produits devenaient périmés, il les donnait. Beaucoup de ces produits périmés-là, c'est des saucisses. On parle de Les saucisses lyonnaises qui sont incroyables. Puis ça, hein, c'est presque la même chose. En fait, les saucisses lyonnaises, pourquoi c'est vraiment bon? Parce que c'est des saucisses qui sont extrêmement grasses. Mais vraiment gras. Qu'est-ce que tu fais, c'est que tu les lâches au plafond, tu les fais sécher. Ça a vraiment un bon goût. Ceux-là, je dirais qu'il y a le même esprit de tradition, il y a le même semblant de d'artisanal. Versus une saucisse qui est faite comme ça, tu sais. Qu'est-ce qui est fun avec ça, c'est que c'est complètement différent. Donc j'ai moins de graisseux, plus de viande, plus compactée. Mais, pour voir les deux, il y a une similarité. Qui sont vraiment le fun. Et si tout ça étant dit, un bon produit, canadien, un bon produit canadien, qui vient pas de chez nous, mais qui vient des voisins. C'est tellement bon. C'est tellement bon. Sincèrement, là. Hey. Nice. Mmh. Mmh. Le Good Shepherd Boys. On est Canadien as fuck ici. Wow. C'est bon. C'est vraiment dommage que la peau est pas mangeable. C'est une expérience. C'est une expérience. Mmh. 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 Produit de rêve, les amis. Produit de fou. Je la recommande fortement. Un milieu est meilleur que le lyonnais. Mais, c'est cher. C'est 600 grammes pour 11 piastres. C'est du cash. Sur ça, bonne journée, bonne soirée. Je vous aime. Mm. Woo! Mm. 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 This is so, I'm so sorry, addictive. Mm. It's very dark. Mm. Mm. My apologies. My apologies. Don't blink, it's your brain. Welcome to a very short video on the 23 May 2025. Hope you guys are doing well, because are having a wonderful day on this very rainy day, but blessed day. We're eating pepperoni, we're having some monsters, it's a really good day. We're about to go off and make some more content. Before that, I want to make a last video. And the subject of this video, you possibly saw by the title, it's the music. And it's Kai Cenat University. So Kaitana decided to do a university not too long ago, and it's still going on, by the way, right now. And I see a lot of people, complaining, right? And one of the companies I'm seeing, this is my opinion about it. One of the opinions I'm seeing is, oh, it's a group of friends, right? So basically, you have to be friends. Basically, you have to be part of a group of people to get into this university. The people that are saying that content aren't super well, is it super good? The thing is, there's a lot of content creators. So basically, there's a lot of content creators, but there's not that many content creators, and a lot of people are doing the same thing. So it's more so a case of, okay, well, it's basically a question of, is my favorite streamer there? Yes. Is my favorite streamer there streaming content I wanted to watch? Yes or no. So a lot of people are feeling left out, right? As content creator or as whatever, it doesn't matter. What I'm personally thinking is, listen, I started watching Kai Cenat during his Sekiro run, which I thought was fucking funny, about his Elden Ring playthrough, which was fucking funny. Do I follow Kai Cenat on a daily? No. I think he's a cool dude. But technically speaking, is university, right? Why I support the university, why I think it's a good idea. It's not even about content. Fuck the content. Fuck the people that are going to the university. I don't care. However, there is something I care about. A lot of people are saying, what is the goal? And with streaming, what ended up happening is, Kai is on Twitch. Twitch was alongside YouTube one of the fastest growing social media, but for some reason, which is bad decision from the upper ups, Twitch kind of dwindled down in popularity. So things like TikTok, things like YouTube, are getting popularity, but not Twitch. Twitch is kind of stagnating and losing viewers. Twitch is taking some bad decision with the clips that are, you only have 100 hours. I don't mind because I'm only doing clips, but people like that I follow, like Kid Boga and shit like that, they have more than 100 hours, right? And they don't want to delete stuff because that stuff has been there for years, right? So you're basically telling them, hey, I know this is your livelihood, and you have a library where people buy your movies and shit like that, but no, fuck you. So that I have a problem with. The university, however, is, and I'll be completely honest, it's such a beautiful thing because I grew up with YouTube, and YouTube at the beginning was not paying him, but then people have legit diploma in YouTube, they have legit formation in YouTube. If you look at the YouTube Kids, it's a lot of kids channel with millions of followers. That's kind of crazy. There's a YouTube school. We saw people from the beginning. We saw Meg Juggernaut gets taking this the step further, doing a Netflix kind of series on YouTube. You saw people like Casey Neistat who were basically doing short film on YouTube. You saw Epic Mealtime that were fucking global, the first viral sensation on YouTube. So with Twitch, what's going on with Kai making this university is possibly the biggest event in YouTube history. Think about a KSI versus Logan boxing fight. Possibly the biggest. And you gotta ask yourself, why did the streamer didn't do that before? Did they not give a shit? Was it a classic case of I'm me, myself, and I'm my own company and shit like that? Kai doing this universities thing is... I'm not even gonna say it's great because that's a personal belief, but it's the next step. It's how far can we take that shit, right? And ultimately speaking, it doesn't matter if you like the content, right? Think about what it's gonna bring as publicity for Twitch and shit like that. So the content creator are getting a chance to grow, are getting a chance to produce, are getting a chance to collab. So everybody goes to the same place, which is great because you're going on the websites. Second, content creators are making more money, which is better for them. It's a chance for viewers. I like this guy that's going to the university, but I'm watching other people that are going to the university, and I like this guy too. Oh, I like this guy too. Oh, you know what? I discovered this guy. That's a great thing. And for advertiser, it's a lot better. So everybody's winning. And it's not the university. You don't like the university, that's fine. It's what's the next step? What is the next step? And then what is the next step? If this is the first time doing this, I don't know how old Kai Cenat is, but he's organized. He's behind it, right? You gotta applaud that. You gotta applaud the initiative and where he's taking it. I've always had a problem with Kai in the sense that he was one of the most popular streamer alongside Pokimane. Pokimane had a fucking billboard and Kai had a pair of shoes. To me, it doesn't make any fucking sense. However, that he was cool with it. He was cool with it. It didn't matter, right? And I don't know. I just want to see where it goes. I just was leaked with Shucks. There's possibly a swatting. There's gonna be a problem. I don't know how it's gonna end. A lot of people are gonna say that it's gonna end badly, but you know what? In my book, no matter how bad it ended, that was it was the move behind it, right? If somebody doing a charity event and people steal from the charity event, the people are the asshole. There's not the charity event on the asshole, right? That's what I think. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Dom Link, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to another pointless video on this beautiful channel that we created together. Today is 23 May 2025. It is rainy and it's shitty outside. As you can tell, we're doing much better, right? We just finished watching Coraline, which was, excuse me, but delicious. Speaking of delicious, yes, I used Coraline, and I use the term delicious as a segue of this video, right? You'll forgive me for using Coraline, a beloved classic. Let me take a bite out of my delicious pepperoni. Pepperoni talk. I've been watching Trevor Boys, and I'm thinking about it, right? Mmm. 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 Hell yeah. You guys know that I've been going through depression, right? And I made a video because I was still tasting food, and I was like, for some reason I'm not enjoying tasting food. I'm not enjoying the food I'm tasting. Is it because, and I felt like I was being very critical of the food I was eating. And I felt like I didn't give a fair chance to the company that was tasting. I was tasting energy drinks, I was tasting a bunch of stuff, but I wasn't being fair to them. Now, in one way, what is being fair to them would be to be in a perfect state of mind, to be completely biased and being like, you know what, I have a craving for this, let's taste it. With depression, I didn't have this energy or this desire to eat food. I was just eating to eat, right? Now, what ended up happening is lately we've been eating food and it's been tasting amazing. And it's weird because it started 2 days ago. We tasted a energy drinks and I was like, holy shit, this is so good. We tasted this and this was so good. And then, I was like, holy shit. I'm finally doing better. Mentally speaking, it's treacherous. Your brain will tell you that you're doing better when you're not, you know? So, when I tried it, it's like, why am I liking food right now? Am I doing better? And I went to depression symptoms. Well, the depression symptom was a lot of appetite. So right now we're ravenous beast, and we're just eating and eating and eating. But we're enjoying food again. That's a great news. Me being hungry, me being excited about food again. Again, because food is a comfort for me. Always have been. So, that being said, why we're making this video? Because the video was like, hey, good news, appetite again. It would be a cool video to do. If we're going deeper than that, I find it fascinating that your mental state affects your ability to enjoy food. Something that is as important as food. You're talking to a fat guy. Yes, food is important, and I cannot focus on thinking it's food. But in general, food is fuel for the body. It's calories. Is something that you need to survive. You don't eat, you'll die, right? So something like depression. And to me, it's so impressive that I don't feel good, so this is affecting my entire being. What if you not wanting to eat was a way of self-destruction? What if you're seeing older people that have less appetite? You're seeing an animal have less appetite. What is your body way of kind of telling you, I don't want to talk about it, but like not necessarily offering yourself, but kind of like a self-harm itself, right? To me, the simple concept of the whole thing is phenomenal. I'm in a good mood, I'm going to enjoy food. I'm in a bad mood, I won't enjoy food. To me, food is material, right? I'm in a bad mood, I'm not going to be less enjoying a movie. I'll be like, yo, the movie is done, I'm done. But the movie is the movie, right? So something that is as crucial as food, to me, it's so nuts. But at the same time, this is how powerful depression is. And this is a picture perfect of what we're feeling. See, one of my main focus right now, one of my main goals is to make content after content. And when I ate about eating meat, I get it stuck a lot. But in general is like, holy shit, this is how little I was enjoying life. This is how little. And imagine your comfort is food, you're able to enjoy it. Where's your comfort, right? And to me, this is disastrous news, right? We're now we're in a good way. But I never had a depression that went as far as affecting my appetite. I never had a depression that went as far as affecting my capacity to enjoy food. And to me, this is completely nuts. This is a physical aspect of a mental situation. Physical response to emotional dilemma. It is insane. I think the human body is amazing. We don't understand it. And I think that this is important. Or at the same time, if I was in a better mood, I would enjoy food more, and I would use food as a self-medication, right? I would cope with the pain or the sadness. Or even then, maybe it's just your brain telling you, hey, I know what you're trying to do. I know that you're trying to eat to heal yourself, but this is not the way. Solve your problem, right? So I know this is pushed, but yeah, it's like the same response as, or then it could be even a response. I can add a response of fire. So when you're a kid, right, and you see fire and you touch it, you burn yourself, right? And then it hurts you. So then, when it comes to touching fire, you're in a position of, holy shit, I don't want to touch fire because I'm going to hurt myself. So your body will send this just signal saying you're getting close to pain, you're getting close to pain, you're getting close to pain. What if food, which was a way to self-destruct and gain weight, but one of the symptoms of obesity is also depression, right? So it's not a symptom of obesity isn't depression. A symptom of obesity is a hard time managing your emotion, which can be really positive or really negative, right? And yeah, it's tough when you have a breakup. What do? You eat. When you lose a friendship or you're sad, you eat, right? It's such an important part. It's such an important part. I go to the movies. I'm eating popcorn. I'm eating a drink, and when I'm not eating popcorn, it's like, why there's no popcorn, right? To me, this is nuts. And if depression is affecting you that much, what is the? Yes, we had depression. Yes, we had problem eating. Yes, we had a problem with appetite. What is the next step, right? And if it wasn't my first depression, I'm like, oh, this is normal. But this is my third depression, and this never happened before. So what changed in this case? Is it because I'm getting older? My hormones are not what they used to be. I already have less libido because of depression. My libido is in the toilet. So the fact that the food, and it's kind of crazy because it's gonna be too much information, but I don't care. Um, if you think about the 22 years old Ink was depressed, the indication was food and porn, right? Now, because of that, I have less libido. I'm also older, so young Ink. This is way too much information. Holy shit! I'm gonna be a pig. Young Ink didn't give a fuck. Young Ink would go feed the turkey 7, 8 times a day. Now I'm gonna do 4 times a day. I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I need some water. I need some protein bars. I need to take care of my body, bro. I need to hydrate. I'm an athlete, right? And I don't think that's not normal. I think it's normal to have less libido as you age. I think it's completely normal. However, your physical response to that is already diminished. Already diminished. You get more tired. You have more body aches. Your muscle get tired more easily. You get tired more easily. You have less fuel in tank, right? Your mental capacity start to go to get lower as an adult, and the way it works is completely insane. As an adult, I used to give shit to my father and my mom because they were like, dude, they were like, I don't need to listen to a new song. The song that I have, I love. And I was like, you're never gonna discover life if you stay in that center or in that circle of the music that you like, right? And I thought about it, and it was kind of like, oh, they're not open-minded, and they're missing out because they're not giving people a chance. But what if? And I'm trying to be nice. What if the mental capacity? What if the patience? What if the as a kid you're eager to learn. As an adult, you're like, well, if I don't learn it, fuck it. And if I do learn it, hell yeah, you know. Ooh, baby, 35, baby. Healthy kid. We're doing a lot. We're doing a lot. Okay. Tree tournament. To me, it's insane. What if their lack of open mindedness towards new stuff was because they weren't as eager to learn. But also mentally speaking, it's kind of smart because let's take me as an example, right? I'm at 32 years old. There's a point where I'm like, fuck, if I don't learn it, then I'm never gonna learn it. I have to have some idea of life, right? And then certain songs, certain movies, certain books have this emotional attachment, right? But at 32 years old, I have to be in a measure of saying I actually learned something about life, right? My understanding of life is through my experiences and shit like that. Or if somebody live in a vault, talk about Fallout, and they've been told that the sky has always been green, and they come out blue, and it's like, this is weird. It was supposed to be green, right? So their belief will stop them from learning something new. With the libido and the food being in previously speaking, maybe that's why the depression was bad. Maybe because we had it twice before, and it's 2 times before we're linked to overeating and overstimulation, sexual stimulation. Maybe because the appetite and the libido was lower, those escape routes were no longer present. And because those escape routes was no longer present, it was a problem. See, the problem with depression is, my very first one, I didn't take tools, I didn't have to take antidepressants. I healed in a natural fashion, right? It took me years to heal, but it was a natural fashion. The second only took me a couple of months to heal. Only took me a couple of months. It took me 6, maybe 8 weeks, and I was good. I was really good. But then, this one has been lasting since October, and now we are in May. We're at the end of May, almost at the end of May. And I'm like, dude, I'm still getting some remnants of it, right? What is going on? And for the first time, I think those coping mechanisms aren't working, right? Aren't working. And then, as an ADHD, but also as a person with culture, I'm thinking about the 3 little pig, the 3 pigs who built a house. There's a wolf who wants to eat the pig. They all built a house. The first one's like, yo, the pig is coming. I don't have time. He builds a hay house. Hay. And what did the gay horse say? Hey, can you hear me? Um, and the wolf blew it down, right? The second one, like, holy shit, it didn't really work. So he builds a wood house. So the wolf, all he had to do was push the house because it wasn't built properly. And the third pig had a brick house, right? In the brick house, the three pigs are going in the brick house and they're safe. So the lesson of this is don't be lazy, create a plan, and then you might survive the wolf, right? But what if the only thing that you had energy to do was a hay house? What if the only thing that, because you couldn't focus, because your brain was so foggy, the only thing you could think about was build this peculiar, very, very peculiar wood house, right? What would it do? What would it do? We did our best this time. For the shield, we did our best. 437 were put the thing over 3. But it's too early. It's way too early. I might end up at 10 or 12. I don't know. But to me, this is insane. And again, with the libido, so okay, we put it like that, right? This is again too much information. I'm sorry. But so, lately, not lately, but I've been feeling lonely for a while, right? In October, so okay, let's put it like that, right? This is actually super simple and super precise to understand. It's super easy. October, I'm overworking. I do depression. I push everybody away. I don't have any friends left and the people that I have left, she didn't like shit because I was so upset with making friends. I felt lonely. Like, okay, well, I need new friends. But then a new girlfriend would happen. So I went on social media. I went on dating website. It didn't work. Kind of gave up on it, right? And then I met my ex out of the blue, right? Out of the blue. And she came on and we did it for a couple of months. It went super well, right? And then it didn't work anymore. But even then, if I'm being completely honest, it was a lack of libido. So my ex, and I don't mean to say she's ugly, but she wasn't the type of girl that would go out there. And at the same time, she was the one that asked me in the relationship more than I did. She was like, okay, well, we're dating. And I'm like, okay, no problem. I like you. You like me. That's cool. Didn't love her. And I didn't have libido. I thought it was physical, but I didn't have libido. So when she left, I started having girls on my TikTok. Two in particular. The two of them were extremely distant. And they're like, dude, I'm horny right now. Let's fucking go, right? But I couldn't force them. So what I ended up doing is I went on a website called FetLife. FetLife, which is a kink website, a fetish website. Fetish and kink. And then I met some people, right? And of course, I met a person that was younger. She was 24, I'm 22. And she had a very high libido, a very, very high libido. And I wasn't able to keep up. A lot of fucking info, right? Wait a second. Ooh, you have a new ads. What is that? Chasing your top hero. Yum. So I have like a libido. So the first thing I said was, hey, you're too. I didn't tell her you're too much for me, but I'm like, listen, I don't have the same libido that you have, right? So, and at some point, and again, this is so much information. I'm sorry, but I was simulating her. I was very simulating her in a sense of, well, I cannot satisfy you because I'm older and I got less libido. So I'm still gonna make sure that you're satisfied, but I'm not gonna partake in it, right? A more distant role. And then it worked, but then depression crept in, and I was like, dude, I don't have libido at all. I don't have libido at all, right? I don't have libido at all because I got depression. I got an excuse, right? The reality was that I was forcing myself to be sexual with that person because they were very demanding as to what I could offer. Offer and demands kind of shit. I don't have any. I don't have any offers. So please, demand. I cannot give you shit. So kind of turned me off sex a little bit, right? And then I met this other person, and they were more my age. I met this girl. She was 21. I think she turned 21 when we were together. I'm not sure. It's been a while. It hasn't been a while. It's been 3 weeks at fuck. And she turned 21. And she had more like a same. The girlfriend that I have in January, she wasn't my type. Like, okay, well, this is why I didn't have libido. The second girl was younger, so I didn't have libido as much as she did. The third one, she was my type, she was my age, she had a similar libido that I did. Why the fuck am I not able to be more sexual with her? And depression was the reason. Depression was the reason, but also, um, ah, something really weird happened. Something really, really weird happened. And this is way too much information. And if you're minor, please close the video. This is way too much for you. During depression, what ended up happening was, and this is so embarrassing to talk about, just fuck it. My orgasm were a lot less. So usually for a dude, most cases, you'll have an orgasm and the dude is tired. Physical reaction, there's a release of muscle. So basically what happened is you'll get blood into your member and the muscle will contract, so the blood stay there, and that's what makes you, and I would have a very diminished orgasm, and for some reason I was able to have a second orgasm. I was able to continue. So I would have less libido, but when I would have libido, I would do it over and over and over again, which never happened before. And the way libido worked, I was like, well, it's weird, but I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know what's wrong with me. Now, there's always this age thing that has to do with it. We recently reached 32 years old, but even last year, I was being less sexual because I was working so much. I would do it once a day, and I was like, dude, you're doing this to get to sleep, right? I was so focused with work that I didn't have libido. But long story short, I had a lot less. And I thought it was age. I thought it was maybe my partner's. It was weird. And then with food, the appetite, that was something new. That never happened before. I was such a fat piece of shit. When I was 22. When I had a big depression at 22, I would. And then I would cry. Not because because I just had such a meaningful experience. Ugh. Because I had such a meaningful experience, and because we reached such a ecstasy. So for a second, for a minute, for a I want to say hour, a couple minutes, I forgot all my problems, right? And then post-nut syndrome, which is after your elation or your adrenaline or your endorphin level goes down, you'll have like all these thoughts what they do, right? So yeah, and then we would start crying because I was like, holy shit, my life is so shitty. Right? My life is so shitty. And yeah, we always have this relationship though with corn. Because we have low self-esteem. If we have low self-esteem, we don't date. And because we don't date, we have means that we take care of. But for even at a young age, food was not an issue. So when it became an issue, I was like, what the fuck is going on with me? This isn't normal. And this is possibly normal for another person, but again, it's something that I've had before. I've been through here before. Try the symptom is different, right? It's not normal. See, I'm going to say something that's very outrageous. A person with Tourette syndrome, the most amazing thing with Tourette syndrome is they're not able to control themselves. They'll say things that are outrageous. They'll do movements like fingers that are outrageous. They won't be able to control themselves. However, there's this very special case of the tic that they have. It's often, more than not often, similar. So you're able to recognize the tic. So for example, I've been dating this girl with Tourette's. She has the tics. I know what triggers it, and I know how long it lasts. But it'll always be the same thing. So I don't know why food was a problem, but to me, the fact that this depression was affecting us more than it is. But then I'm in one way I'm like, is this depression was worse than the others, or was my ability to overcompensate for what it is different? You know. At the same time, the weirdest thing is, I've been so much more vocal about this depression than the others. So because I was able to repress that feeling younger, was I better off, or another possibility is we're healing faster because we're going through step by step, right? Like imagine you have this shrink therapy, and the shrink therapy lasts an hour. At the end of the hour, you start crying. Wow, doctor, I really feel I really feel light. I say loose. I really feel light. I feel like a new person, right? And that's a great thing. That is a phenomenal thing, but it doesn't mean anything. Oh fuck, we're in the same branch. I was 45 and 484. I mean, I don't like being in the same branch because I'm finding myself in the tournament. Fuck, that's not good. But it's okay. As long as we do the tournament, because the tournament we had 46 seconds left to register. Now we're doing this now. We only have to do this one and that's it. And I'm at 18% batteries. Oh, how much? 18. Okay, good. So yeah. So a little food for thought. I know we went into so much details. I hope you'll forgive me for the disgustingness of my different speech. But guess what? This is life, and if you're not happy, well, I hope that you feel it someday. Because then you'll have a better understanding of people. Was that mean? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Have some salami as a reward. Don't blink at your lying. Welcome to the show. I'm doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 23 May 2025. It is a bit dark outside, but this is my last video of the day, so I think, you know what I think what we're gonna do? I think we're gonna get chill together, and I think we're gonna have a good time together. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? You think it's a good idea? You know what I'm gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna fart a little bit. I'm gonna grab myself something to drink. You don't mind? We have Trailer Park Boys. We have a pepperoni cock. You want to show my pepperoni cock? Here are my pepperoni cocks. We're actually also gonna be using that excuse as a way to go light up a couple of lights. That way we have a clearer view of what the fuck is going on. I look around me and all I seem to see people going nowhere, expecting sympathy. Life is what happens when you're busy making your excuses. Another day, another casualty, but that won't happen to me. No, you're not gonna get. Whoa. If misery loves company, then so long you'll miss me when I'm gone. Whoa. Procrastination, leaving babies in my head. On operation, they wound up left for dead. Life is what I heard, and I'm making you another day, another casualty, but that won't happen to me. That's Will you guys ever forgive me for that? Can you guys forgive me for this 2 minutes of your life that you'll never get back? No? Should I frig off? Rank number 2, great. Holy, that's a good rank. That is phenomenal. Okay, let's go. So we have a little bit of a 5 hours energy. Right? That's pretty good. Today, we are still reviewing Season 6 of Trailer Park Boys. I am saying still reviewing, this is technically part 1. I kept on mentioning how every single season is different. This one is, again, very different. We're going back kind of the Trailer Park Boys way. Season 4 was very, very dramatic. Season 5 was very, very dramatic. Season 6 feels more like a Season 3 than Season 4 and 5. Now, again, there's so little going on in this season. It feels like a very empty season. It really feels like, what the fuck happened? Is this a half season? Is this a special episode? Is this a side show? Is this a side project? Because there's so little. But you have to understand that this season was 6 episodes only. Also, I had a comment from a person that said Trailer Park Boys season 1 to 6 is gold. The rest is eh. I don't. The thing is, I don't think that season 6 is that good. I don't think that season 6 is that good. I think it's good, but I don't think it's great. But I finally understand what he meant. What he meant is season 6, the way it finished, it is the perfect ending for Trailer Park Boys as a whole. Now, I know what you're saying. Inc, what do you mean there's 12 seasons? You're absolutely right. There is 12 seasons. But the show was supposed to end in season 7. You guys remember when I told you about SquareNet buying the Trailer Park Boys, right? So this is actually pretty special. So what happened is, season 5 ended up being completely dramatic. Season 4, there's some drama elements to it. Not too much, but kinda. Still, a little bit. 20%. You see how fast it's draining? It's crazy. It's draining. I'm gonna have to take another break to get, but this is close, so you won't even notice, dude. So you got season 5, season 6. So let's start right away. I'm telling you right now, this one, it's funny. Season 5, we did, season 5, we did an hour and a half, which is crazy. We got season 6, which starts really good. It starts with the current situation of the boys. This is the first time that the boys don't end up in jail, so you see how much it changed. You got Ricky that went to jail a little bit. Julia went to jail a little bit. It's not that big of a deal. Jail's not a big deal, right? Powers Energy. Hope you guys are ready, because I am. I used to think that thing. I used to think that shit tastes like piss. Not that bad. So, that's the way of the road. Kind of a cool episode. You see the park. You're seeing Ray that completely is a nuisance. And what is kind of cool is Ray becomes a nuisance just like Ricky is. So when you see that, you're not even surprised. You're just like, okay, well, like father like son, right? And I love the boys, so I don't really care. Ray could be the way he wants. I don't really care. So the way the road is super simple. Leahy is not doing the job. People think that Leahy is super drunk, which he is. He starts to really drink. Randy leaves him. And what is kind of cool is this is one of the first time it happened, one of the last time it happened. We're revisiting one of the plots from before. So for example, in season 2, the first time that Randy leaves Leahy, he's like, yo, I want to be a supervisor. This time I'm like, Barb, I want to be the supervisor, I'll do whatever it takes, fuck Leahy, right? And Leahy, because he's drunk, he can't do shit. Now, the greatest thing happened is that Randy filmed Leahy being a fucking dummy. And then Leahy's like, yo, I'm ashamed. There's so many good seasons, there's so many good things. Like the wraparound, the mowing the air. He even tells Randy, you know why I love you? Because when I tell you to get my drink, and you get my drink. Total drunken behavior. So then Leahy gets demoted, which is okay. Randy becomes park supervisor if he can evict Ray. And it's kind of crazy because evicting Ray, they never evicted somebody from the park yet. I know it's crazy to say after 6 seasons. They never evicted somebody. The people that left are left. The people that are still there are still there. So this is brand new stuff. You see, the greatest thing about it is Julian. God, see, season 6, Julian, where are you, dude? I barely see you, man. What's going on here? But season 6, Julian's like, yo, he said a jump to get some money. Season 6, Julian fixes up trailer, but to redo them. Ricky is now recycling with his father, which is really cool because in season 7 they go for bronze. They go for bronze and they're like, yo, if I get the bronze, I'll be able to sell it, right? Which is really fucking cool. Season 6, what else is there? It's been a while, dude. Lucy is now with Randy again. Oh no, I'm so sorry. This is season 7. See, 7%. What is going on? I'm I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to charge it, dude. Alright, everybody. Alright, everybody. Yeah, that's ripoff. This is not peach lemonade. Okay, I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna upload. I'll be back tonight around 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. There will be Friday Night Fights, Capcom Fighting Collection 2, Capcom vs. SNK 2. Very excited. Jump back into the game. I've loved it so far. I can't wait for more tonight. I might use some new characters too. You know, Art says, I would say the
nachos make a good sized meal for one, sure. That's absolutely enough to be a meal. For sure, that is a meal-sized appetizer right there. Make no bones about it. Okay,
Holy.
that's it. No contributions came in during the show, so nothing to shout out, everybody. All right, guys, enjoy the break. I'll be back at 3. Friday Night Fights. Peace out.
I got the drip though. I got the drip though. It's okay. You guys are still here. Good. Okay, so not a lot of things that happened. DSP, shut the fuck up. Frig off, DSP. I'm gonna check out if I forget something. Yeah, we just got Randy leaving. And the funny thing is, the boys are like, Randy left late. And then Julian's like, yo, why is this serious? And then Bubbles like, he took out his burger from the freezer, which is possibly what's most